Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back doing another 8-4 Oath of the Gatewatch Battle for Zendikar draft. Rare, Dimensional Infiltrator. Pretty good card. I don't think it's better than Devour in Flames. But we also have Oblivion Strike, which is better than both. So we're going to first pick that. It's so easy to audible into black-white in this format, which some people have mentioned is a problem. It's a problem because it's such a desirable archetype to go into because you know it's tried and true. The late game is phenomenal. It can grind out early game because it has cheap removal. It has cheap attackers and blockers. It's tough. It's really maybe the one kind of pitfall of this format is that it's just so easy to want to go into black-white. Because even if you make a mediocre black-white like the last 8-4, you can still end up winning because it just is so consistent in the late game. You know? So I could take the Seagate Wreckage. Somebody was saying I was sort of undervaluing that. Seems okay. It's no Library of Alexandria, but what is? Really, right? It's worth close to a ticket. In black, we have Zulaport Chainmage and Tar Snare, both of which are fine, not amazing. Could actually take the Hedron Crawler. It's a very good card. I think the best card in the pack is probably Reflector Mage, but I don't like speculating on just going into blue-white. I mean, we could try the Seagate Wreckage. Hedron Crawler's pretty good. Colorless Ramp. I think we're going to take that. Okay. Well, there's an Allied Reinforcements. Absolutely the strongest card in this pack. Saddleback, Lagak, maybe the next closest. And then after that, probably Stalking Drone. I don't know if I've ever played Warden of Geometries in this format. Maybe I did in the early on. I don't really like this card. I think paying 4 mana for a 2/3, it's not that... It really is the 4 mana cost. Like, getting a ramp spell at 4 mana is kind of undesirable. It feels like you've already waited too long. Like, getting to 4 mana is the hard part. Not getting to 4 mana and then from there getting to like 6 or 7. That doesn't seem like the plan you want. We're just going to take the reinforcements here. It's more exciting than the Lagak. I think Reinforcement is just straight up better than Lagak, actually. Okay. So the pick now. Another Crawler. Prophet of Distortion, which I like. No good white card in here. Could take a second Crawler. I think Shrieker's pretty good. Shrieker stays kind of in line with the Oblivion Strike, but it's not exactly the same plan that a Hedron Crawler deck wants to do. Hedron Crawler deck usually wants to get some big stuff. There's a Boulder Salvo in here, which is good. Boulder Salvo might be the strongest card. Actually, Prophet might be the strongest card, but I usually go for removal over card advantage. Guess we're actually going to take the Salvo here. I think taking a second Crawler is fine, but probably not necessary. Okay, 5th pick, Blinding Drone. Maybe now that's the sign we need. Chain Mage would be fine. Kind of stick with the Oblivion Strike Allied Reinforcements. Scythe Master is also an ally. I like the Chain Mage more, I think, most of the time. Blinding Drone is certainly better than Chain Mage. What are the chances I can make... I mean, the thing is, We have an Oblivion Strike, we have an Allied Reinforcements, we have a Hedron Crawler, which is fine in that deck, because I think black-white can be clunky, especially since we've already taken some 4-drops. Question is, do I want to take the Blinding Drone now and just speculate that I'm going to go into blue? I think we're going to try it out. I think I could see Chain Mage later. It's kind of hard. It's a tough choice there. Okay, well, Translator fits more in a Blinding Drone Oblivion Strike deck. Overwhelming Denial is fine, not terribly exciting. Free Runner and Bushwhacker are both good too, although we don't have the best base yet for that deck. Trying to decide what the strongest card in my deck is right now. I'm not sure I know exactly. I don't think Denial's that great, though. I think most of the time you're going to pay 4 mana for a counterspell, which isn't that good. We're going to take the Translator. Okay. Can take the Avenger. It's not really at home in the blue-black deck as much, but it's good with ramp. And it flies, which is fine. And it's got to be better than Searing Light and Comparative Analysis. Could take the Submerged Boneyard. Speculating that maybe we splash a Boulder Salvo. But I think Avenger is probably good enough to just take here. Could take the Wastes as well. We do only have 1 blue card, but now we're getting to 7th pick Royal Avenger. I don't know how unusual that is yet, but we're going to take the Avenger. Probably end up paying 4 mana for it most of the time. Okay, I think we sort by color now, and let's really get into this and sort of decide what we're doing. So no white pick. Could take the Pathfinder. It's colorless. It's something that you can ramp into. I think it's okay. Entangler's not that great. Flameseeker is good in red. But then are we opting out or splashing black? I'm going to take the Pathfinder. I think right now we're kind of just trying to find our groove here. So even though it's not a hugely exciting pick, I think it should work fine for what we want to do. So Null Caller versus Unnatural Endurance. Null Caller seems good in a blue-black deck. It's a nice grindy card. Blocks the ground well. I wouldn't mind the Endurance too, but we'll take the Caller. Tabled Reflector Mage. I'm going to actually take it. Might seem strange. But I don't really want the Scythe Master. I could take the Comparative Analysis. Reflector Mage is just better. I'm going to take it. I don't care if I miss out on a Comparative Analysis. I guess Corpse Churn kind of works with Null Caller. It's not that great otherwise. But nor is anything else in here, so we'll take the black card. Okay, Shrieker Wheel is pretty nice for us, since it's just straight up a good card. Alright, now we'll take the Comparative Analysis, so we're rewarded. Very, very curious pack 1. We kind of haven't figured out what we're doing yet. We're almost assuredly in black because it tabled. I think that far along, a Kozilek Shrieker is a good sign. Shrieker is a powerful card. Obviously at its best in an aggressive deck, but certainly still acceptable in a mid-range deck. Worldbreaker. I'm pretty sure Worldbreaker is worth things. It's got to be. It's being played. Oh, 10 tickets? Don't mind if I do. Thank you, paid for draft. What are we passing for that? Nothing. Honestly, nothing. I don't really care. But now we are officially the 5-color deck, so here you go. Now, we're not... I kind of want to play the Worldbreaker, to be honest. All right. Havoc Sower actually seems at home in this deck. Kind of want to move into the blue-black Devoid deck. We're going to want cards like Crumbling Vestige, but I think Havoc Sower is actually pretty strong. Captain's Claw is not exactly what we want to do here. How good is Havoc Sower? I think it's pretty good. We need some more colorless mana. We do have Hedron Crawler and Translator. We could take the Vestige to help that along as well. Could take the Timber Gorge to splash Boulder Salve on World Breaker. It seems a bit extreme. Could actually opt into the black-green deck. Even though we've got only a couple decent blue picks. And World Breaker is certainly at this point probably the strongest card in our deck, right? Maybe not, but I think it is. I'm going to take the Havoc Sower. I'm going to speculate that this is the pick I want. I don't know if we're going to wheel Crumbling Vestige, which actually would look good here too, but... Okay, Slaughter Drone versus Wace. At this point, I'm going to take out the red. I'm going to take out the white. Probably taking out blue, but we still could go the blue route. Negator, which is okay. Slaughter Drone, probably what we want. We just know we're in black. Otherwise, I could take the Waste now. So we need colorless mana for Sower, Drone, Shrieker, Pathfinder. It's a lot of things that require colorless. We do have Crawler and Translator. It's really like Slaughter Drone versus Waste here. Pretty confidently. I like Slaughter Drone. This card's kind of been getting better for me. I think we're going to take the Drone. We've kind of wasted enough picks where I just want to make sure that... Now I can take the Waste, I think. Over the second one, maybe wheel this one. We did wheel the Shrieker last time. But now that we've taken a Slaughter Drone, I feel a little bit more justified in now taking a Waste. Just making sure we have that. Outfitters in here. Could take the Membrane, which I like. Removal is currently a Blinding Drone, Oblivion Strike, and that's it. I probably don't even want the Corpse Churn, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to take the Waste now. Just make sure we get one. Alright, can take Endurance here. I think it's fine. Couple good white cards. Couple good white allies. Take the Endurance. Alright, Slaughter Drone number 2 seems good. Over the second Pathfinder, I think, yeah. Late Ondu War Cleric. Well, Mind Melter is a big reward for going blue-black, actually. Mind Melter is just a good card. We're going to take that. Alright, Holdout Settlement's actually a nice pickup for us, since we're going to play it. Could actually splash something off of it, too. Yeah, like World Breaker. Maybe we end up playing World Breaker. We'll see. I got to be honest. I easily could have gone into black-white again. I just figured at this point, there's been enough comments about, hey, it'd be nice to see something other than white-black. And you know what? I get it. I totally said it in the beginning of the draft. It really has been kind of the shortcoming of this format, to be honest. So I get it, is what I'm trying to say. I do get it. Witness the End versus Entangler. Guess this one's devoid. Could be okay. Entangler could be okay too, but I'm a little less interested. Well, I guess we'll take the... I guess Entangler works better with the Avenger, but maybe at this point we just accept Avengers of 5-drop. I'll take the Entangler, why not? Alright, Negator. 5th to last pick. Hemorrhage is surprising, but Negator actually seems fine in here. Could possibly be back on the comparative analysis plan. Possibly. So it looks like our deck needs some removal. We'll hate the Storm Chaser Mage. Currently, we've got a couple Slaughter Drones, which are okay. I think we're actually going to hate the Weapons Trainer. Ancient Crab is a nice second to last pickup, since this deck could actually easily play it. Could use some more evasion, but we've actually got a decent amount, I guess. We have Negator, Mind Melter, Shrieker has evasion. People don't like to block Slaughter Drone. Desolation Twin is a bit expensive. I think we're more on the Ruination Guide plan. because we have Double Slaughter Drone, Blinding Drone, Shrieker, Mind Melter, Negator, Sower, Translator, Pathfinder, Worldbreaker. Yeah, that is enough. Sky Spawner is a huge pickup. It's just an amazing card and a really nice follow-up pick after a Ruination Guide. So, great card, great pickup. This card certainly did not get any weaker. Be nice to pick up a Blighted Cataract because it just really wouldn't hurt us that much. Getting colorless mana that also doubles as card draw. It's actually something a 22 land deck, which I suspect this will be with the amount of colorless lands we have. It's really something that kind of deck wants, but can't pass the Sky Spawner. So our exile effects are currently Oblivion Strike, Mind Melter, and Worldbreaker. Might be enough to try and fit a Merc Strider in here. Look, it's a splash, a Barrage Tyrant, which would also let us splash a Boulder Salvo. Feel like it's a little greedy, even with the Holdout Settlement. Even the Worldbreaker splash is a bit greedy. I don't really want the Nightwatch. I don't think we have any way to gain life, do we? We don't. Sharpshooter's okay. It's not exactly what this deck wants to do. It's a fine card in the late game, though. I think I might take the Merc Strider. Not a hugely exciting pick, to be honest. But, alright. This deck might want a Mist Intruder. I guess we only have Merc Strider. But I'm still holding out hope we can pick up a Ruin Processor. Otherwise, I'm taking like Spell Shrivel. Could take Grave Birthing. Card's fine. I think we'll take the Mist Intruder, maybe wheel the Grave Birthing. Oh, wow, Sky Spawner. There's the Anowin. Oh my god. This pack has everything. This pack actually has everything. It's tough to pass the Sky Spawner. The card is really that good. It fits in cohesively with our deck too. I might just want Wind Rider Patrol though. This card is really difficult to pass. I think we're off the Entangler plan. Wind Rider Patrol tends to just be really good. All the time. 5 mana, 4 power flying. Sky Spawner's cheaper though, and it ramps. God, Sky Spawner's so good. I feel like Sky Spawner might actually win more games than Wind Rider Patrol. But Wind Rider Patrol is such a powerful cost to... I don't know. Blighted Fin seems like an excellent pickup for us now, especially considering there's nothing else in this pack. Titan's Presence, that is a nice pickup for our deck, especially since we're removal light. But we already have, like, let's just count 2 power creatures that it works well with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures that work with it. Yeah. Titan's Presence is a big one to pick up here. Anticipate's actually good, and it turns on Dwar Isle Avenger, which I kind of like. Otherwise, Spell Shrivel, but... Or it could do Fertile Thicket. It splashes for Worldbreaker. It also finds a Waste. I like Anticipate. I kind of want this Fertile Thicket, though. I feel like playing Worldbreaker is actually something good for us. And playing Fertile Thicket actually seems okay, too. Might seem like a strange pickup, but with a Worldbreaker, I'm actually going to take it. Finding the right color in essentially we're a 3-color deck, so I kind of like it. I might want the Devastator here, actually. Actually, I guess Tightening Coils is the pickup we're looking for. We're removal light. Salvage drone, not really what I'm looking for. None of these cards matter. Maybe I'll hate a plummet. We've got some flyers like Wind Rider Patrol. Dispel for sideboard, sure. Spell Shrivel. Okay. Gotta anticipate anyway. I think we're taking it over Bone Splinters. We have 19 creatures. I might actually want the Bone Splinters. I'm going to take Bone Splinters. I don't know if that's right, actually. I just feel like if I'm that removal light, I'm probably going to end up wanting a Bone Splinters. I think we might be off the Unnatural Endurance plan, even though I think it's a good card. Maybe I just end up cutting some creatures. We'll figure it out. May want to sideboard into Ancient Crab. I feel like we probably are doing enough curve-wise to not be overly concerned about playing Ancient Crab. Kind of want to stick to a more... I think we are going to dump the Analysis. Still kind of want to be an 18 land deck. Do I want to cut the Unnatural Endurance? I feel like cutting a creature is probably the best bet, but I kind of like Null Caller as a mana sink. Havoc Sower is obviously a good mana sink. I don't really want to cut our flyers like Negator, especially since we totally have the colorless mana to support it. Now that I'm thinking about it, Worldbreaker splashing off a Fertile Thicket's not the best because you want to be able to just play the green mana and play your Worldbreaker. It makes Fertile Thicket a bad top deck if I'm looking for green mana, but it also makes Fertile Thicket a great like kind of opening card if I'm looking for a specific color or a waste, which I might be looking for. But let's see, using Fertile Thicket to find a waste still doesn't let me, well, it still lets me play like my 2-drop sort of. Yeah, I actually kind of like that plan still, I think. I am kind of off 17 lands though in this deck, especially with like Mind Melter and Havoc Sower and Null Caller. Even like Pathfinder and Worldbreaker. I have all of these things that want me to play the mana. Maybe I cut the Mist Intruder. My only rewards are a Mercstrider, right? And at this point I have other ways to exile. I have the Worldbreaker, I have the Oblivion Strike, I have the Mind Melter, I have the Titan's Presence. That's probably enough. Let's cut the Mist Intruder. I just don't think it's going to be good enough. Okay. This deck looks cool. I think what happened is pack 1, black was open. Pack 2, our colors really weren't that open. We got a little bit. And then pack 3, blue was open. So our pack 1 and our pack 3 were great, and our pack 2 was not ideal, but fine. We're going to play all of our colorless mana, I think, with 18 lands and the Fertile Thicket. I think that's... And even the Blighted Fen's a good mana sink, too. Not amazing, but fine. And thankfully, we're not color intensive at all. Like, we have 1 double blue and everything else is fine. So, we don't need to play any forests for the Worldbreaker. I think we are... Yeah, we're going to play all our colorless mana. We've got enough. We actually have a lot of things that require the colorless matter or colorless mana. So, let's do as even a split as possible on our remaining 13 lands, I guess. So this is like, if we count Holdout Settlement as a half a land, it's like 7.5 blue, 6.5 black. Could be a problem. All right, let's count Fertile Thicket as a half a land for these two. I think that's actually okay. counting it as a half and holdouts. So this is like 1 for each of these. So it's like 8 blue, 7 black. 8 blue, 7 black. I think our mana base could have some problems, but I'm going to run it like this. We're going to try out Fertile Thicket, probably for the first time in this format. I've played it before, and I like it. This deck seems okay. I've only got 30 seconds to grade it, so creature-wise, I think we've got some cool finishers. I might not have enough time to evaluate this deck. I kind of spent too long talking about it. If I were to give it a letter grade, I think it probably gets a C, maybe a C minus. I'll give it a C minus. I think our removal could have been better. I think our removal could have been better. I think our creatures are okay. I think everything's kind of just okay with this deck. Synergistically, we have a little bit. I think a C. I'd give this a solid C. 74% we'll give it. All right. See you in round 1.